Hi, this is the starting point for my trip. Starting in Longmont, heading to DIA, and from DIA, I have a direct flight. It's about 3.5 to 4 hours all the way to Cancun, which would be really nice. And then from Cancun, I'm going to head to Tulum in some way. I don't know quite yet how I'm going to do that, but I know it'll work. And from Tulum, I've got to figure out some way to get on south to Bacalar, and that's where I'll end my day. So I leave here, my home, around 4:30 in the morning, and with a little luck, I'll be in Bacalar by 8 o'clock that night. So just for perspective, this is where we're talking about. That's quite a change, quite a bit of traveling. So the next day, I'm going to rest it for 2 days. On the next day, I travel is on the way to Chetumal, which is not far. It's a little bit complicated. And I found a company that's going to actually pick me up in Bacalar and take me. And that should simplify the border crossing, getting across from Mexican border, getting across from the Belizean border, and going all the way down from there to Belize City. People ask me why I'm doing that. It's such a long trip. The two things for me, one of them is the alternative. It's taking the evening shuttle, getting into Kikaka really late and spending most of the day just sitting around waiting. The other thing is I took this trip years and years ago, 30 years ago, when it was a stand-up bus. It was about 8 hours, so it's kind of nostalgic for me to see that part again. And from here, on that same day, Friday, I'll wind up going out to Kikaka. So if I took the shuttle boat, went from Bacalar to Chetumal, and got on the boat, I wouldn't get out to Kikaka till about 8:30 that night. The way I'm doing it, it looks like with a little luck, I'll be there by 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And from here, I go back to Belize City and get a bus from the water taxi spot, and I'm going to take the bus all the way into Flores, Guatemala. Again, another day of border crossing between Belize and Guatemala. And Flores is kind of the hub. There's a great little hostel there. There's several, actually. It's on an island, and it's really close to Tikal, which is my most favorite ruins down that part of the world. And probably the first thing that started calling to me when I was thinking about this was being back into the jungle, the ruins, the toucans, the howler monkeys, the cotamundis. So I'm going to be staying in the jungle for a couple of nights. And then that's one of the question marks. When I leave there, I'm not quite sure how, but I have a full day to get from there down to Rio Dulce. And that's quite a way south, very remote part of Guatemala. And I'll stay there for one night at Casa Perico. And then that next morning, I'm going to go. There we are. Next morning, I go back to Rio Dulce on their shuttle. And then I go to another part of the jungle, which is down at the Hotelito Perdido, the little lost hotel. And as you can see, it's right on a river, upriver from here. Waterfalls back up this way. There's hot springs down in the main river. See the waterfalls there. So if you get a chance,